Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life. I'm your host, Scott. Welcome to Coping with Life, everybody. I appreciate you. And I hope you are doing absolutely wonderful. It is Saturday. And I hope you're doing wonderful. So, mentally, I think I'm doing alright. Physically, I'm alright. I have some mouth pain, but, that's to be expected. But, I wish everyone the best. I try really hard to spread positivity and laughs and a good time. Make people feel better. And just put it out in the ether that, there's some people who genuinely root for you, care about you, and not have, ulterior motives or use things to manipulate or boost whatever their what they want. Oh, I wish you the best, but could you do this for me? Yeah, that's not who I am. When I tell people, I care about them, that I'm thinking about them, that I hope good things happen, that's what I want. That's genuinely, I don't really want anything in return, because that's not who I am. I want to put things out in the world. And so, this being the episode that leads to next week, which is, according to my notes, is the last season, the last episode of Season 2, Journey into the Unknown. And I don't know what Season 3 is going to bring, but hopefully next week can be fun. I want to discuss, an overview of Season 2, and whatever else may happen next week. I don't know, because unlike things, I am not Nostradamus. I don't know what next week will bring. But, spreading all the positivity, I like to cheer people up. And if people, need to vent or talk, or I will lend an ear. And if they have hard answers that they want in response and I don't know them, I'm going to stay neutral and say I can't answer this. But, lending an ear to hear people speak. But, I also need to do things for myself that I'm slowly getting better at. And, sometimes I need to recharge my own batteries. And I am proud of myself, of how far I've gone in life, and just improving myself. And the best thing about me is, I want everybody to succeed. I want the best for everyone. If you're chasing your dreams, if you're going to college, or if you go to work every day, or whatever it may be, go for it. Even if it may be mundane or something that it's an undaunting thing. It's like, hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, at least, it's something, and always improve. And, it's nice that I am able to help lift people up. And sometimes, I will be honest, I neglect that for myself. I put a lot of my energy out in, listening to people, lifting people up, and, sometimes I do forget about myself. But that's okay. I'll give you an example of things that I'm happy for everybody and everything. So, the Game 5 of the Florida Panthers versus the Toronto Maple Leafs went into overtime. And there was people like, oh, you should be watching, and I wasn't, but that was okay. And they're like, oh, well, sorry about your Maple Leafs. It's like, it's okay. Hey, congrats to Florida for moving on. Proud of them. I'm not going to dwell on, things that I can't control. I'm going to continue rooting for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hopefully better luck next year. But, that's out of my control. I'm not on the ice. I'm not playing. But, Florida was a better team. I hope that they go on and to succeed. I try really hard to make things positive, not negative, because it's really easy to make negatives stack up and just make things worse. Not always, but again, coming from somebody who lacks a lot of common sense and thinking abilities, that I try and go the simple way of oh, there is nothing I can do. Yeah, it's sad, but now I can move on and, you know, try and make things better and, you know, throw the positivity up and just smile and continue. So that's me. That's what I enjoy, and so find your happy. Do things that genuinely make you make your day. Even if that's making a sandwich, getting a taco. I am definitely hungry. That so I may want to get food after this. Treat myself. Cause, why not? I'm trying to ramble. I'm really good at rambling and talking in circles. But find your happy. The one thing that I'm trying to improve in my life, and I think I'm going to call this episode self-reflection. Maybe this will help other people. That's my main goal, is to help other people, and so one of the things that has been an issue in my life is, people could take advantage of me. And I'm none the wiser. However, I'm good. As I get older, and I'm improving to learn about things and manipulation, gaslighting, you name it. I'm trying to educate myself on those things, so I can be less the victim. But again, if there's manipulators out there, they're going to try really hard to not seem to manipulate whatever their end game is, and whatever their style. I don't have control over that. And with that said, I try to words are hard. I try to take my mental health very seriously, because and when other people's toxicity interferes into my daily life, I try really hard to figure out things. And if somebody in my life, for whatever reason it may be, if I don't have the mental wherewithal to handle that situation, I'm not anymore. I'm taking a stand. It's like, what? I can't help you. And I'm going to continue doing what I do. And one of the reasons is I'm not going to drain myself for people who, may be seeking attention, may, whatever they're trying to get out of it. I'm going to be smart, and I want to thank the small circle of people in my life who go out of their way to help lift me up and, be amazing. And so being honest, and if you ever have a chance to actually, have a conversation with me or, communication, I have no problem saying, love you, I hope you're doing well. Or, I sent a text message this morning, about an hour ago to somebody, I greatly admire, somebody I care about very much. And all I said in a picture was, I appreciate you. I care about other people. And I have, the people in my circle I care about. And so it's like, I appreciate them. I thank them for every minor thing. And, some people don't know how to respond to that. Some people do. And that's okay. But, life is hard. And I don't have a, ulterior motive. It's not like, I'm going to use this person down the line. No. When I say, hey, I appreciate you, chase your dreams, genuinely giving emotional support and, whatever it may be, I genuinely mean it, because, they may not have somebody like that in their life. They probably do. I don't know. But for me, I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to be happy, whatever that may be for them. And I try really hard to climb out of my depression, climb out of the negative thoughts, because if I plague myself and dwell on things, people won't hear from me. I curl up in bed and I ignore everything. So I'm trying really hard to, be positive and send, all the positive energy in the world. And hopefully that carries on and goes to other people and makes other people good. And so I'm not good with tone. I'm still trying to learn, the tone of voice and things. I don't comprehend that. And so I go to the store a lot. So I go to a store a lot. And I have this thing that I do. and a lot of people don't understand. But when you are dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and autistic and other types of things that you develop habits. I go to the customer service and I get my lottery tickets. That's what I do at least 3 times a week. And so while I'm waiting in customer service, if there's somebody behind me, I instinctually tell them to get ahead of me, even if it takes me an hour to get what I'm there for. I will, hey, you can get in front of me. And even if people are rude, and there was this encounter where I'm standing in line. Now, I am a large person, and I don't block entranceways, and I don't block a lot of things that people can get through. So I leave people space. And there was this person who was with Walker and assistant, and then there was this other person who wasn't with them, but kind of was expecting me to let them in front of me as well, which was my intent anyways. And then because I'm here, I'm at the store almost every single day. And so I let everybody in front of me, and I genuinely enjoy it, because sometimes good conversations, or maybe I'm listening to music and I'm thinking through things, and so it helps. And there was this thing a couple of days ago where I'm standing in line. I'm not feeling the best. I'm a little grumpy. And it was one of the first times that I ever really heard myself say things. And I wasn't trying to be rude. Not at all. But I wasn't feeling well. I wanted to get home. And so I left space. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest, and if this is rude, I apologize. But I don't care of your opinion on this. For me, I do it for vast reasons, and whatever your opinion on that is your opinion. But I still wear a face mask, being as subject to health issues. I still wear a face mask everywhere I go. Whatever your opinion on that is your opinion, and I respect that opinion. Please respect mine. I'm not one of those people who, want to. That's not who I am. It's like, I'm doing this for myself. That's what I feel comfortable in. So, thank you. I appreciate you. then you have so I give people the adequate space. And so this person with a shopping cart, they pull in front of me. And it's like, oh, are you in line? It's like, yeah, it's like, and then I put my arm out and I went, but by all means, go ahead. Normally I use different vernaculars, but it's like, I was exhausted, it was hot, and I was just grumpy. Like, by all means. And they're like, no, it's like, I insist, I put people before me, go ahead. And, you know, to me, that is what I do. And I try really hard to do that with most people in line. There are some times where, you know, I just want to get in, get out, and so normally I don't really do that. But if I got nothing better to do, or if I'm not in time crunch, you know, that is what I do. And I genuinely mean it. Because in my mind, you know, I think, you know, other people are in way more hurry and, you know, I just think, I just think, that if the little thing that I can do, to help people out, just, you know, letting them in front of me, it's like, alright. So, but also with, you know, self-reflection and just, you know, those type of things, like, was I rude? I don't, hopefully it wasn't taken to that, because, you know, I was grumpy, I wasn't feeling the best, but I try really hard to be positive, and, there are some things that I do that may be considered rude, and, you know, if you need help in life, you know, whatever it may be, you know, self-reflect, you know, realign yourself, and I wish you the best, and by all means, you know, take the lead and, you know, be the best you can be. You know, find your happy. Smile and know that you're loved. I appreciate you, and I care about all of y'all. Until next week, which is the final episode of Season 2 Journey into the Unknown. I think that's how that works. But 2 years, that is a big accomplishment. So I love you, and thank you for being you, and, you know, try and self-reflect. And I'm definitely hungry because all my brain wants to think is tacos. Okay. I wish you the best week ever. I hope you are blessed. And I hope good things come your way. I bid you all Adieu.